said I
don't do it for the gram. I'm a man. I'm a 2020. Whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020. Reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Yeah, new Jeep, no doors with it. No, I won't stop now. Who you kidding? Kidding. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma send it. I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Wrote inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Yeah, new Jeep, no doors with it. No, I won't stop now. Who you kidding? Kidding. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma send it. I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it.
Click, clack, chart stack, bagging up them profits. Live stream flowing, keyboard slamming, never stop it. Tradesharpe on the rise, make them Wall Street nervous. Big account, buying lobsters at that lavish surface. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding highlight trade. Crypto, forex, indices, all aligned. Tradesharpe stunning, pockets full, feeling fine. Few account climbing, gains up in the skies. Every trader banger, never seeing demise. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding highlight trades. Crypto, forex, indices, all aligned. Tradesharpe stunning, pockets full, feeling fine. View account climbing, gains up in the skies. Every trader banging, never seeing demise. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding highlight trades. Got that Midas touch, turning trades to gold. Fans watching all, stories being told. Broker fees no bother, wealth and ride to fold. Tradesharpe, living large, lobsters never cold. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding highlight trades.
Good morning all. Yes sir, yes sir. Hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Let me see everything's working. Yes sir, everything looks like it's working. Happy Monday to all. Hope you all had a good weekend. And let's see what we got going on. Some news this morning I'll show you. Not on gold and stuff, on actually DAX. Very interesting price action if you've seen your brokers. Starting off with the calendar though. Today Monday. It seems weird there's only one folder for Monday. I've never seen that before. Okay, that's something new for me. One folder on Monday. Can you believe that? I've never seen Forex Factory with one folder. Something new. So I guess we have nothing to worry about today. Tomorrow a bit of jolts. And then we have a bit of USD news, ADP. And then the first Friday of every month should be... there we go, Friday immediately. Actually, no, yes, NFP, there we go. So, first of the month, we opened the month with NFP. It's nice to get it out of the way, though. Excellent webinar yesterday. Thanks, man. Glad you liked it. It was an important one. I uploaded everything. Make sure you guys check content library. You will see what new content was uploaded. So, we had topic 1, order types and spread management. Big mistake people make with obviously what order type to use, how to manage their spreads. And then we talked about indices trading in NYSE in depth. Very, very advanced concepts we discussed. 1 minute lower time frame, all of that stuff. So getting back into the charts there, news we don't have to worry about. Obviously, NFP week this week. We have a new monthly open on what day? Okay, Friday. That's pretty nice. That means we have the rest of the week. And then Friday is a new monthly open with also NFP on Friday as well. So it's good that we have it all on one go. So looking at the charts here, starting off with gold, gonna start off with weekly time frame closing bearish here, and slowly approaching this weekly resistance here that we formed over last week. It's not daily, it's a weekly. It's gonna take the nearest one first, put this WR. Let's go WR. And if we're looking at the daily time frame, we are closing bearish here. Daily time frame closing bearish. We have formed a daily support here as well that we've retested already and rejecting. So we're going to add that back. We see a previous daily resistance here. So now we're going to just change that to PDS because it's previous. 4 hour has created supports. We opened on a gap. So this is why we saw the gap. Now we started to create support. Mixed session bias actually looks better for buys today as we start to form support from a daily support as well. We do have a 4 hour resistance here. And looking at 1 hour time frame, we have all these resistances here. 30 minute okay, 15 minute okay. So maybe we could trade back into this range. We need to have a look at how big this wick is. So let's see this. Put this as 15. And we measure this wick. So buys above here can make sense. 30 pip wick is enough. But obviously if the candle like this closes above, not going to make sense for a 50 pip stop loss. So I'd prefer in the next 5 minutes we reject, next 15 minute close bearish, then we close above. That would give me like a 30 pip stop loss for a 30 pip target, makes sense, and then potential continuation. Honestly, our target is not 30 pips, it's this wick first, and then we see what's up. So that would be the plan there. Yeah, that would be the plan. And at the same time, we kind of want the 1 hour to close above. So it's an interesting situation, but wick fill would be the option today. And then with volume, we shouldn't need to reject off these previous levels there. If we do, of course, it would be a management and we'd see what to do. Now, looking at DAX here on the other hand, DAX is super. I've never actually seen this in DAX. This is super interesting. I want to show you how this looks on broker. This is weird, right? I've never actually seen something form like this where it forms a gap, range gap. Normally it's like gap at open and then the volume comes back in. Yeah, it's from the news, but it's super weird that we see the gap happen with that news and then we range and then gap again. It normally, like, literally the breakout candle was a gap. So it's weird to see gap, range, gap. Normally it's a gap and then we start to range and then everything is back to normal. And then if we get a volume push, we see the candle. But for it to be gap, range, gap, I've not actually seen before. Now this is because EU made a deal to sign 15% tariffs with the US, which is obviously good that they come to a deal. It's a good deal for both. they've had to invest a lot of money. They're investing about $1 trillion between military and energy. And I only have the second gap, not on my first chart. Yeah, that's what I mean. Sometimes I see markets is different between, right? So when you guys like, oh, how come you got the execution? Even I refreshed this just now and it's still giving me double gap. So sometimes you get different data feed. Maybe if you refresh, you might get two, who knows? But let's go ahead and do the analysis and see what the hell has been going on. My broker is same as yours. Okay, so we have more people the same. So weekly time frame, obviously closing bullish here. You do? Okay, fine. We didn't close above the weekly resistance, which is important here. We failed to close above this. Maybe we nipple close. Basically nipple close above. So just above this weekly resistance, but not breaking highs yet. Daily time frame is closing bullish. Previous one, we already reached our daily resistance now. Weird opening, guys. We're really weird opening, how we have that double gap. Something we don't really see. Fundamentally, yeah, it's more bullish for DAX here to at least retest all-time high, potentially the resistance there. 4-hour time frame, we're sitting at 4-hour resistance as well. So let's just move this whole thing to here. And the plan right now is going to be basically to wait for structure because of how we've opened up. We have a lot of BS above head here. Let's just go and mark some lines here. We have a 1-hour resistance here. A little bit above that, we have another 1-hour resistance, but we could fill the wick. 30-minute, let's see what 30-minute is saying. 4-hour resistance sitting there. This 15 is there. Wow. Pretty complex in terms of ranges here. Very complex. Literally no ranges. Yeah, DAX needs to pull back. DAX needs to pull back if we're going to be able to take buys. Realistically, buys make sense above here only. If we were to break out, everything before that is extremely messy. Extremely messy. There is tight buys here, but I need to see structure. I could look to buy above the 4-hour to get to here. But this is a perfect close. So if we do get a perfect close, it's fine. But perfect close is what we need here. What I mean is I need like a proper nice close that closes like this, 14 points. Then I have at least 10 points to go break even. And then we see what happens. And then we have this 30 here. We'd have to fill the wick. Yeah, it's a complex one. For sells, we have clean zone. Yeah, but we're bullish bias now. Previous daily bullish, previous 4-hour bullish. And also, you don't want to fight that fundamentals right now. You don't want to be the guy saying, okay, this whole thing's going to retrace at least until structure breaks. Minimum. Otherwise, you're just going to try call a top here and you can get absolutely wrecked, right? Absolutely wrecked. So, if we're looking at GJ, nothing happening on GJ, guys. We're in the same range as last week. My same 3 lines are still there. Just a bunch of bullshit on GJ. Weekly candle close. Ended up closing bearish, though. Kind of back inside this range. Daily time frame still ranging very heavily here. Super tight range we're forming on daily. So, when it does break out, it will be good. 4 hours just disgusting. So I just leave GJ for now, guys. Not even worth looking at it or analyzing GJ. And yeah, let's have a look at USD JPY though. That's moving a lot nicer. Remove drawings, we start from fresh. Weekly did end up closing doji bearish. Daily time frame closing bullish. We're reaching this previous daily resistance. PDR. And 4-hour time frame getting above 4-hour resistance, so we do have bullish bias today. 1-hour time frame, we have this resistance here, but a wick fill as well. Let's see. UJ had set a 1 too early. Yeah, that's why it failed. Yeah, I think above the 15 makes sense here. Buys above the 15. That's what I'll be looking for. Get out the range, clean above here, get to the 1 hour, break even at the 1 hour. Maybe you get a 1-to-1 by then as well. That might be even a 1-to-1 by the time you reach there. Let's see what it's like. It's like 14 pips. Not that bad for UJ. How big is this candle here? 10 pips, yeah. So that might even give you a 1-to-1. So that's the plan for UJ, is just a close above the range. Pretty simple. Pretty simple plan. Break even somewhere up there. And yeah. Someone has to keep an eye if that happens. So this is the plan for today. All pairs. And let's see what ends up setting up here. Let's see what ends up setting up. Gold trying to make its way. Failed to close above here. 1 hour also failed to close above. If you notice, it did slightly close above its own, but not above the range. We are now retesting this previous 1 hour resistance zone. Seeming to have some small issues at the moment around here. We don't know how big of an issue this will be, but with no close above, there's no probabilities. And then we take it from there. So this is all the plans. Make sure you leave a like on the stream, guys. You know the drill. We call it the YouTube business. Hate to say it, but part of the game. Get the likes up to 150. Would appreciate it. And let's see what this week brings. See what this week brings. What are they cutting outside? Too much noise. So yeah. Good video yesterday, Harry. Thank you. It was very helpful on trading NYSE. Yeah, you know, just taught you guys how to do it. Make sure to go watch it. One of my least viewed videos. People not too interested, but you guys keep asking me, how do I catch NYSE trades? I literally help you guys there. In the exclusive group, we had the same webinar. We just went into a lot more depth. I'm glad I went into it there, because if I post that on YouTube, no one would ever be able to realize it. Good morning, Harry. Joined the exclusive after perfecting the basics and learning a lot already. Let's go. Welcome to the team, brother. I'm guessing you don't have the same name in the exclusive, so I'll have to figure out what name you use in the exclusive, because it doesn't seem like you have the same name. I'm trading on a balcony in Spain. Feels good. Top off a cigarette and some tea. Come on, man. You need a espresso and 5 cigarettes, man. That's the way. Not cigarette and tea. Red Bull? Okay, that's a little bit too far, you know. We need to somehow preserve some health, right? I can't hear the audio. Have to see what the issue is after stream. You can try fix it on stream. The way you fix it on stream is just by going to, on Zoom, there's like a little mic button and you choose which is your output. There's a little arrow. Just Google search how to see. You can see next to your microphone, there's a little arrow. Press the arrow and it says select speaker. Make sure to select where you're listening it to. Maybe you're listening on headphones or something. How much money you spent on your vacation? I actually did not look. It's a luxury not to be able to look. But yeah, I don't know if I want to know how much I spent. Decent money, for sure. I didn't hold back on anything. But I didn't go too mad. You know, I wasn't popping bottle shows in clubs every day and wasting money like that. Listen, only it was actually, I think if I go next time, I need to take another week. It was very short. Very, very short, you know. What was your P&L last week? On my funded 1.5k and then on my live 2k. Week isn't enough for holiday. When you have to travel 5 hours to get there, that whole day is gone. And then literally we had his birthday weekend. And that was 2 24-hour days. And then I needed a day to recover. So that's already 3 days gone. And then after the day of recovery, you have 1 day. And then the next day I was traveling back to Rome. So literally there was like, after the birthday weekend, there was 1 day. So yeah, you need more. But anyways, I'm glad I went out. You start funded. It's for futures though. It's different. Good morning, I'm tuned in from Rwanda. Thanks for your advice to someone who has $10 account to start. Yeah, I don't think you should trade with $10, man. No point of trading with $10. Not gonna get you anywhere. The best thing to do is to take that out and actually just practice on demo, man. Get a job, save some more money, and really focus on learning the skill. You know? My broker breaking my mind, different closes versus forex.com. There are times I'm not sure what to follow. Follow broker in that case, or follow us. Like if all of us are agreed on it, that's going to be the best one. This is your joke. So don't trade on Tradingview with Blueberry, especially Blueberry data feed on Tradingview is going to be very bad. Use their MetaTrader. How much is your minimum account size for live? I think, like, you know, if you want to practice, minimum for me to practice is $100. You know, $100 and risk $1 to $2 a trade, maybe $5 a trade. That's for practice. But if you're actually looking to try generate some money, I would say you need like $1,000. $1,000 you can start to risk $20, $30, no problem. And that adds up, you know. At the end of the month, you can be making an extra $200 per month from a $1,000 account. That's pretty good. And once you get better, you can even risk more, right? Like you can start to risk $50. Yeah, it seems like you are risking 5%, but that's just a skill base. You don't need to risk 1% on a live account. It's a big mistake people make. Think, not make. It's not a mistake. It's a big mistake people think. Risk percentage is important for funded accounts because of the rules. But on live account, you just think of it as a dollar basis. So how much money do you need to have in there to have enough margin and have enough room for error, right? That's what you're looking at. Margin and room for error. All right, so we popped up here still. 1 minute is moving nuts, huh? Look at this 1 minute pop here. Yeah, some crazy price action, but the good thing is we're getting back into a better zone because it was looking very hard in between these zones. These zones above here look a little bit better for me. We might have some issues here. It's not there on 1 hour, but it is there on 15s and stuff. How's 5 looking in that zone? Yeah, big mess, big mess. 5 is not clean until above here. That's interesting. Just mark that. I mean, it's typically messy towards the all-time high. US 30 is pumping. Yeah, US 30 is moving mad. Look at that move there. So NYSE today on US 30, I'm going to be very interested today on NYSE US 30. Looking forward to that actually. Tradesharpe, I don't know if it's a problem with me or my psychology. I do everything with the chart that requires wait for my setups and then execute, but I keep getting L's. It's frustrating. Yeah, it will be frustrating, but even though you feel like you're doing everything right, you're not doing enough, because who's giving you feedback on those trades to know if you are doing the right thing? Right? How do you know it is your psychology or is it your trades? Because you might feel like you're doing the right thing, but you're doing the wrong thing. Correct, Jarrett. In US, if you don't have leverage, you will have to have a bigger live account. Yes, that is correct, man. But if you do have leverage, you don't need. But yes, if you do have low leverage, like in Europe, you will have to have a bigger live account. But I do agree with that. Like, you have to remember, trading is not a necessity, it's a luxury, right? You have to earn to trade. Back in the day, guys, trading was something only for the rich. Accounts, the minimum deposit you could deposit was $100,000. Minimum deposit, huh? That was minimum deposit. We're talking about, I think now 15 years ago. 15 years ago, that was minimum deposit. Trading was a game for big professionals. Why do you trade an hour before London session? Because we have Frankfurt open and we get volume then. That's why. We also have a see DAX retracing as well. USD JPY coming to our buy zone here. 3 minutes for the close on USD JPY. That's interesting. What type of range are we looking at here? We're looking at a 15 pip stop for a 10 pip target, first target. Oof. Could be tough, could be tough. We'd have to push past, but we do have range above. That is an important thing as well. So it's not like we're stuck here. And with bullish bias, we could at least be break even by there. I'm not too worried about that. Long time since I've traded USD JPY. Wow. Oh yeah, we do have the 148 right there. That also is an issue. So we'd probably need like a 5 minute above that. Let's just see how important this 148 is. We reacted here, we created support here. Reaction, reaction. Not important here. It's a hit and miss. Like here, not important, not important, sometimes important. I'd like to see it tap it again. So we could always look for a 5 minute above it. Smaller stops as well. Nas is doing very well, man. I've been long on Nas for a long time now. Best swing of the year. It is pretty good, yeah. It is healthy. Let's go back to USD JPY, see how we're closing here. I do worry about that 148. It could be headache here. It's very, very close range, you know. We don't have too much room. Higher on swing trades like that, do you take partials at key levels? No, I just hold, and then when I see something that I don't like, you know, changes of structure, daily changes of structure, you can take partials at that point. All right, so we have the open here. No real solid bottom wick right now. Tapping that 148 right now. I wanted a bigger bottom wick anyways. Yeah, open of the candle, brother. Not open in terms of time open. Open means open of the candle. In this sense. I wanted a bigger bottom wick anyways. I want to see on broke if that even had a bottom wick. Easier on here. No bottom wick on broker. So it's not valid anyways because I have no bottom wick on broker. UJ has no structure. It does. We have this previous structure. 5 minute has one candle pause here. We have structure down here as well. But it's missing a bottom wick and just gapped up there. That breaks my rules. And also this 148 level I had a bit of issues with there. Especially without bottom wick. Yeah, spread is great on USD JPY. USD pair, man. Any USD pair has amazing spreads. What am I running spreads on it? Yeah, pretty good spread. 0.2 pips. Look, gold rejected from that zone. No close above as well. So now 1 hour is showing that rejection. The problem of it not closing above resistance. Getting stuck in this range for now. See what DAX is doing. DAX also pulling back here, so we've created resistance at that 1 hour. We have a double 1 hour, and then we have a clean zone from this 1 hour to the next 5. That would be a shot in between there with a perfect close. So that would look like 8 points. Now we have made a bottom wick now finally. So I'd want to see a 5 close bearish, next one close above. That would give me more confidence. Maybe I could also just take a 5 close above 180, 148. That is also something I can consider. But I'm trying, I prefer a smaller stop loss. If I take something above here, how big do we have? 14 pips and stop loss is 17 pips. It's not really making much sense stop loss wise. I can't run a smaller stop loss here as well, too risky. Unless we form another structure. Are we switching from UJ to GJ? I have, yes. It's moving nicer just to have a forex pair. I mean, GJ is just absolutely rubbish. How many years you been trading? This is my 5th year. I actually started in 2019, but I started with crypto, not with forex. Right, very strong close above here, but stop loss wise making no sense for me. Making no sense for me. Only other way I could think of getting in is maybe 1 minute time frame. Even 1 minute didn't close above. How could I have got into this? I mean, it seems easy to say now, but maybe when it flipped and made a tiny bottom wick when it rebroke its own high, but it wasn't a big enough bottom wick to say, okay, I'm ready to go on the flip again. So that's just making excuses in my opinion. Trying to argue a way in. There was no way in on the 1 hour, no 1 hour closed above, no 30-minute closed above. So you're just making excuses. I have no bottom wick on broker still. Yeah, it made one on mine now, but maybe some of you don't. Why did you turn from crypto to forex? Because crypto is very inconsistent in volume times. It's great to hold like long-term positions or invest in crypto, it's much easier to make money like that than to try trade it on lower time frames. When crypto trends, it's super easy. You can make a shit ton of money, but when it's ranging and doing bullshit, really hard to make money, and you have to be at the chart all the time. All the time you have to be at the chart, which is nice in the beginning, but you realize long term it's not as consistent. Also, at the time, now it's been proven to me it's safer, but at the time I was scared to put big amount of money into an exchange and trade off that. You know, because it was a little bit wild, wild west. What crypto exchange do you use? Now I use one, a local exchange, so I can have big withdrawals amount. I have $250,000 withdrawal amount per day because I'm verified on that platform. But when I was trading it, I was using Bybit and FTX, but I lost all my money in FTX when they crashed. Still haven't got it out. What it do, baby? Hello, man. What about Dow Jones? Dow Jones is pushing now at London, but I trade Dow Jones in New York session here. But it's a great push. See where I can plan sells. Not really the best ranges for sells, eh? WT could be, what's WT? What? That's what it means. Why are people lazy to type? How much effort does it take to write FOR instead of FR? Come on. Why is it so hard to type WHAT? This is English language. For real? No, I think he means for. Do not ruin the language, and it just takes extra buttons, man. We're gonna start speaking like this in the future when we're gonna skip 5 letters. You know? Gen Z slang. I'm Gen Z, but man, it's typing. Like, we can't be that. This first time I've ever seen what written as what T, WT. Fuck's sake, man. That's look, it took me the same time, man. Lazy man. Only joking, man. What's the catalyst? Because Euro deal signed with US, and US is now getting a shit ton of money because they have all these deals signed with them. And those deals are paying them, right? They have like 500 billion coming from Japan, almost $1 trillion coming from Europe now. All of this money is coming into the country, man. That's why. How is ICT different from price action? I think it's just terms. ICT traders also trade price action. At core, they trade price action, but they try to tell a story. They look for liquidity, this gap. They want their gaps to be filled by someone. They want a man to fill their gap in the market. You know, all this type of stuff, man. So just some weird stuff going on when it comes to ICT, you know, when they want the fair value gap to be filled. But, you know, I'm just not interested in getting any gaps filled, you know. That's just not my cup of tea. But if you like that stuff, then by all means, you can become an ICT trader. Harry, go to the FTX claims portal to submit your claim. I got my money and a bit of interest was last month, I think. Damn, I have to try. I have to try. Rainbows traders. I was scared because some of those claim portals are fake, you know? ICT was way too confusing for me. Too many gaps, never again. Yep, man. You know, it's pretty hard to recover once you go there. You know, once you get your gaps filled. Can't really deny that, man. The official one you used, the FTF's website link that you used. You'll have to show me which one you used. Do you have a funded account? I don't trade funded, it's not what I do, but yes, recently. Why you never tried to go aggressive on prop firm account like 2% risk? I am. What's your view on gold? At the moment, gold is just ranging. It's not doing much. I'm kind of looking to see if we could buy back up here. Liquidity grab below here, buy back up above the 4 hour. I'm trying 5% prop. It moves weird. I think liquidity provides different. Yeah, most of them are different. What's this? This is on GU. Set up one sell. Yeah, it's good. But why not put stop loss above the previous candle is the problem I have here. Why you choose there? Best to always put stop loss above previous candle. Claims.ftx.com. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. MFF not available in the UAE. Anyone knows? Yes, it's not available in UAE. You'll have to use Top Step or any other one. Good morning, people new to the community. Very excited to be here. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. Let's go. Can you explain your 1 hour level markup at 24.6? Yeah, it's only a pip difference, man. You don't need to worry about a pip difference. You'll be fine. Sometimes just drawing a line will be a pip difference, you know. Yours is at 6.3, mine is at 6.4. Just a, you know, not even a pip difference, man. 1 point difference. You know, you'll be okay, bro. Don't worry about one point difference. The reason I pulled it up a little bit more is to match this. Pulled it up a little bit more to match. I think it was a 5-minute resistance. Let me show you. Not the 5. What was it then? I pulled it up to match something else. I think it was a 15, an old 15. Yeah, this 15 here, yeah. It actually has to come a little bit higher even. 64.5 now to match this 15. Oh, good man. Valid question. Is it sketchy to trade on VPN to get 500 leverage in another country? Yeah, but then what about withdrawals, man? How are you going to withdraw to your country? The best way to trade funded is to go super aggressive and get payout in 3 or 4 trades, so you will lose the account in 2 trades as well. You can buy a new one. Not the best idea. Not the best idea at all. Because you will keep blowing accounts before you get a payout, and then when you finally think you're going to get a payout, you think you're going to get a payout, but you've been going as aggressive as hell, they will deny you the payout. A lot of Americans, YouTubers teach that mindset. Okay, I'm going to teach you something new that you guys are going to open your mind. A lot of these guys are affiliated with these prop firms and they offer a discount code. If you rebuy the prop firm using their code, they still get the commission. It's not a one-time off commission. So if they teach this mindset and you keep failing evaluations and keep rebuying using their code because you get 20% off every time, they will get that every single time. So it's a business trick. The commission is reoccurring. I thought it was one time only. Yes, it is reoccurring if the guy keeps failing the challenge and he keeps rebuying. Do you have exclusive video for that? Interested to learn? Are you serious? Actually? What is there to learn? Okay, just checking. I knew he was pulling my leg, man. That's why I asked, actually. All right. Let's see what happens with gold. Maybe if we start to breach below this 4-hour support, we can open up into sells, break even at this zone, and then see what we can do below. 1 hour is nice and clean below there. 30-minute is pretty much clean till we get to here. That's the same zone on the 30. I mean the 15. So if not, we can also sell below here, which is not a bad idea. That's common sense, it is, but people don't realize it. Why do prop firms like it when you lose money, even though they win 20% from your profits every time? Because they pay you out with people who lose. Prop firms make money from losing traders. Risking 3% per trade on 5%ers, they'll deny a payout? Yeah, probably they will. They will deny a payout if you are funded and you are risking 3%. Who are they? All of the prop firms, man. All of the prop firms. Damn, Nick's comment, man. That's a good one. It's just how they work. That's why you have to be a better trader, guys. You have to be better than the 90% to get paid on a prop firm. I've always taught you this, guys. I'm always telling you. You see all of these influencers posting that, hey, look at my students passing prop firm challenges all the time. But we know from real stats that there's only a small percentage who actually get paid out and pass. So it makes you wonder, hey, not everyone can be true like this. So follow the people who are doing things slowly and doing it properly, not the guys every day posting. Like most of the guys in the group, when they're passing their challenges, it's not happening overnight. You see a progression of 3 months. I would say, Cam, once if you're funded with a small account, something below 50k, risk 1%. If you're funded above 50k, unless you're very consistent, like if you're comfortable consistent, then you can risk 1%, no problem. If not, then just stick with 0.5 until you get comfortable being funded. Because once you have the account, you're one step away from being back to zero, right? Keep that in mind. Is it advisable to use funded? It's a great opportunity, but many people do not prepare themselves enough to pass a funded. You have to stop paying money for challenges, invest your time, invest your, if you're going to invest money, invest it into tools, invest it into assets that are going to help you pass, not waste it on challenges. 1.25 I doubt. Tony says they could. The scary thing with prop firms is at any point they could always make up something as to why not to pay you out. There's always something. There's literally always something they could turn around and say you're copy trading. And you can't say anything because it's in their contract. If they deny a payout, that you have no reason to fight against it. 6 minutes for this candle to close here. I would love to see some 5-minute structure. We're lacking a lot of 5-minute structure, but I have a beautiful zone here for sell. So if we can create 5-minute structure in the next 5-minute candle and then get below this zone, we could look for sells. What's DAX doing? DAX is dumped down. Beautiful pullback on DAX. Yeah, beautiful pullback. We could look for some nice buys from down here, to be honest. See if we can get this 1 minute is closing too deep as well. I think could work, but it's a bit deep. 26. Yeah, it's a big one. One minute for the 5 as well. Yeah, I'd like to see the 5. Might try a setup 2 here from the bottom of the range. 1 minute setup 5 plus a setup 2 on 5 minute. Might push without me, but it's so close to the 5-minute close that I don't want to get caught into a pullback next 5-minute candle. Problem is stops. Daily resistance tap, lower probabilities. Yes, bullish bias though, and fundamentals are totally bullish. We do have this one here, but the second one isn't tapped. And what's interesting, we haven't broke the high, so it's not like we grab liquidity from above. Why is that not marked? Where did that go? I did mark it when we were doing the markup. I don't know why it got deleted. Alright, 5-minute candle close here. Rubbish bottom wick here. Very deep as well. So thunderstorm it is, because I'm not going to run a 32-point stop loss. To get back to daily resistance is this much. Like, we have a lot of room. We have a lot of room back up to here. And I don't want to be the first guy taking a buy. This shit closes bearish. We continue setup 2 and we actually start to reject for the rest of the day. Because I prefer always to take a change of structure. So if we can get a change of structure, I'm taking that with my eyes closed. Anywhere, even if it's back in the range, above the daily, above the 4-hour. Like, your most accurate buys in terms of volume analysis is going to come back above probably this 4-hour. That's where your easiest buys are going to come. Anything below here can turn into a lower high. After big push, set a 5 best? Always, yes. So we're going to wait for that. Liquidity grab on gold 5 minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, gold can start to create some support. We could also set up 2 on gold back towards the upside. That would also work here. Let's just see the 1 hour. You would have to be above this support. See the 30 minute? Yeah. So your buys would be above there. And then this previous daily resistance, we're crossing through it quite a few times now. I'm not too worried about it. I feel like we could push through it, but I will leave it on because it is something there. And obviously, I don't want to be entering at it. I would enter above it. So let's see if in 3 minutes this can flip. Looks pretty interesting. Harry, when is V5 Piplabs coming out? Wow. We are aiming for mid next month. Mid next month is our aim. We're just finalizing a few things and trying to get... We're putting a lot of features, like AI features are coming in. Very complex features coming in. Very complex. What type of leverage do funded accounts give you? Depends on what account you're using. Some have a max lot size, some have leverage, and with leverage they probably run about 1 to 100. AI insights? Yes, we're gonna have AI insights. We've actually trained an AI model to study my YouTube channel to be able to give feedback based on what my YouTube channel presents and stuff. What broker does Piplabs get data from? So we use a few, but our main one is called Tradesharpe. They're one of the biggest and oldest. Have you ever tried using USD JPY? What's your opinion? I was just looking for a USD JPY trade today. Unfortunately, it gave me no top wick. Because the 4-hour close is different, that's because of daylight savings. It's impossible to adjust to daylight savings with Tradingview interface. Tradingview, these times at the bottom are wrong. Even this candle, look. See, it says 10:15, that this candle we're on right now. Look at this candle here. Time says 10:30, but now it's 10:43. So it's only telling you open time. When those open time adds up on previous data, it becomes inaccurate. So that's why we put the clock. Otherwise, everyone would just use the Tradingview clock. So you have to use the clock. Bro, serious question. How do you sit here for hours and not get tired? Because I'm actively doing something. I'm looking for setups. I'm waiting for my trade. I have a plan. And it doesn't make me tired that. It's a routine. It's my job, basically. You know, I'm here to trade. It's only 2 hours in a day. It's actually a luxury. I see it as something I'm very blessed to have, to be able to show up to a screen for a couple of hours a day and print $1,000 on average. There's very few jobs in the world that can do that for 2 hours of your time. Yes, I can lose money. Sometimes I don't make money, but the days I'm not making money, nothing happens. My day doesn't change, right? And that's something people tend to forget a lot, is they feel like if they're not taking trades, they're not doing anything. You are doing a shit ton by not taking a trade because you're protecting yourself against a potential loss. And if you missed a trade, that's another advantage because you didn't FOMO into anything stupid. And you can look back and say, hey, today I felt like I missed a trade. Let me go back and see if that is something I can improve on or something I can take in the future. Right? So you only get better. And if your job is coming here to get better every single day, then your results are going to get better. If your results are going to get better, you are going to reach your steps closer towards your goals one by one. But you never see that. You never see that because people are like, they have this anticipation. I need to pass my funded account. I need to get that payout. I need. It's not a need. It's a luxury. You deserve it. You don't get, it's not a need. It's not like you need to put food on the table. Trading is a luxury. It's not a need. You get it from hard work and from doing things over time. Remember, trading is the ultimate form of investing. If you want to achieve results from this game, you need to stop changing your mindset from a mindset where you are a vulture, just literally picking and trying to squeeze everything out, but into a professional investor and a professional person who is coming to the markets with a specific approach to generate money that long term can add a significant impact to your life, right? Because literally, people don't realize, I can sit here, think about it this way. It happened to me last week. Okay, I closed my trade early. I made only $550. But those $550 in a day, I can go and live that day very comfortably. I can spend that in a day and live pretty luxury $550. On average, I'm making above $1,000. $1,000 a day, I can go shop designer. Right? I can go shop designer fully on that day and live luxury and still not affect my bank balance because I printed that for 2 hours on a chart and have the whole day free after that. You know? Like, trading is gonna ruin you guys. Understand that. Your mentality, your it's gonna ruin you. It's gonna ruin you fully. And if you don't come with a very basic, specific, long-term approach, you're just gonna mentally burn out or quit. Because I've been there. Twice I wanted to quit trading. Very close to trading. If I quit, I wouldn't have what I have here. I've built a beautiful community. I'm sharing knowledge. I'm able to trade on a daily basis. I'm now able to invest because I'm part of the market. I've made so much money from just a simple one investment that I was looking at from webinars that I had in a group. If I never had a group, I probably wouldn't be looking at these webinars to go and see what the general stock market is doing. But I could keep track of that. I built an amazing crypto portfolio. You know? But I've done this through experience, and twice I was very close to quitting. And if I did quit, then I wouldn't have any of this because I would have thrown in the towel. I think I would have been successful in other places because of my mindset and about how I want to do good for myself, and the only person I want to make proud is me. I think that carries you far in life. But, you know, when you don't take no for an answer, you make it work in other ways. And that doesn't mean you have to live, breathe, and eat trading. Trading doesn't have to be your only source to make it in life. Trading can be the tool you use. Treat trading as a tool and then take it from there. Right? Once you use trading as a tool, it opens so many doors. Because right now in your life, you might have all of your doors locked around you and you don't know where to go. You don't know which door to open. You decide to open the door in trading and pursue it, and it opens not one door, it opens multiple opportunities. Because now you can start to diversify into different things. Because if you're only trading 2 hours a day, you can start that business you always wanted to start. You can do this, you can do this, you can do that. You can work a job on the side. I have many traders who are full-time engineers, man. They earn very high, salaries, a lot of people. And they trade on the side. And for them, that's a perfect thing. Because now they spend all their trading money on fun shit. You know? Let's have a look at DAX here. Beautiful if we create a bearish candle and then a bullish candle above. Very interested with that. So we look like high chance we'll create a bearish candle. Now the sells would be against bias, so I don't want to take a sell. London Open after that? You're right, man. 5 minutes actually before London Open. Should we risk it for the biscuit is the question. No, not really interested. End of month? Come on, guys. Don't be boring. What do you mean? Full margin. Come on. Just say yes. Then I can blame you guys. All right, all right. Now we're talking, man. Now we're talking. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I'm actually down to take it, man. I'm down to take it. Because if we get open push, it will be very, very good, you know. So maybe we can just go half risk on a serious note, because we've seen a lot of opens push up. A lot of opens have pushed up, you know. All those lines make me uncomfortable. Yeah, it is a bit uncomfortable for me, but it's zones I have to keep because they are valid zones. They are valid zones, unfortunately. Yeesh. That is disgusting. Hopefully it closes below. We see London open liquidity grab, then we close above daily resistance. So rejecting previous 15? Correct. We are for now rejecting previous 15. Just a content idea, you down to try the 20 pips challenge? Doesn't really work, man. If it worked, I would have done it 100 times and become a millionaire, man. Really. You have to fabricate that challenge, you know? When 50-minute closes beyond daily resistance, there's space. Can I take the trade? That would be valid. Yeah, that would be valid. We could also use a 5-minute. I'm not into a buy because we're too close to 4-hour demand zone. If I zoom out, but the recent trade deal changes everything, so it could be a good trade, just uncertain, which means no trade for you. That's fair. That's fair. This wouldn't be a supply just yet. We technically did not tap fully into it. If we make the push and break this high, then it would be considered, because you have to realize, John, maybe this is some improvement for your supply and demand understanding. This candle reached into these wicks here, which is a very, very slight tap of the supply zone, but you had the reaction already. You had the orders come in. You can see how far the 4-hour dumped. So now we're re-tapping into this zone. So for the orders to come all the way back in, you probably need to go a bit deeper, especially with the positivity of the trade deal. That is also going to add more probabilities to probably see a deeper move into here for this to be super relevant. You know, because you've had a reaction already. The more problem here, the more problem than the supply zone is just the current 4-hour resistance we have right now. That is more of an issue. Is the 4-hour resistance we have not closed above, because that's where we're rejecting now. We didn't really tap into this zone up here. $30 seconds for this candle to close. We're going to see where it closes here, above or below. Seems high chance it's going to be below. Yeah, that's below. So we're waiting for open here. Here we go. We're waiting for the open. 5 minutes. 5 minutes till the open. Slots to end the stream? Slots? Man, I don't play slots. Cases, I'm down. Cases. But slots? Don't know if I have a slot. What is this? Yeah, we'd need a close above there on 15 would be okay. Especially if we have 5-minute change of structure would be beautiful there. So we get bullish candle with 5-minute change of structure. Would be great. We'll see in 4 minutes here would be London open as well. Cases is your slot? Yeah, I guess so. Oh man, looks like we're jinxing it for now. Let's not look at it. Look at it later, so it doesn't run without us. Cases, I think I need to add more money to my wallet for cases. I don't know if I have any cases that I've been dropped. I need to check if I've been given any cases. How do you make your mind clear and focus before looking to the chart? Nothing special, man. I just come to the chart and see what we have going on for today. No special routine, nothing, you know. I mean, I eat healthy diet. I live a pretty routine lifestyle of, you know, clean diet, workout and stuff. So, you know, that keeps your mind clear. Come to the chart with no expectations. My expectation is to look for a setup. If I find a setup, then I expect it to win, and if it doesn't win, I find out why. Once I find out why, you're either going to get better or you're going to realize that it was just probabilities, and you move on to the next day. You repeat that process multiple times. You either create an income or you get better at trading, one or the other. Now, if you don't ask for feedback and you don't understand why your trades are failing, then you end up staying in the same place while losing money, not getting better, and eventually all you do is just change strategy. You change strategy and then you start the cycle all over again. And then you go again and again and again until you're just absolutely cooked. And by that time, 3 years has passed in trading. Trust me. You still bodybuild? I mean, I never considered myself a bodybuilder, but yes, I go to the gym, I follow a diet plan, and I work out pretty hard. But I never considered myself a bodybuilder. But I don't compete, no. I used to. I tried it once, but after that, I don't have any more plans to compete. All right, let's see gold here with the close. Not bad. 30-minute looks okay. 15-minute. I wonder if we can wick fill. That's my question I'm trying to look at here for a wick fill. Depends on the size of the bottom wick. We could go break of high, put stop loss below here for 26 pips. Break even at 23, 24. It's not bad. Wick fill would be, of course, better. 5-minute structure, we do have this one candle here, yes. We need to just double check that on broker. Yeah, it has that on broker as well. Problem is we have this break-even point at previous daily support, which is also that 5-minute structure point. So let's see how the bottom wick is. No bottom wick yet. Starting to fill the wick already. Kind of wanted something bigger on the 1 hour because I don't want this to be a 1 hour top wick to flip. We have to keep that in mind, huh? Yeah, this is better to have a bigger top wick. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Not top wick, bottom wick. Yeah, I'll give it a shot here. Break of this high. Stop loss below these lows here. That would be the plan. Break even is pretty fast. I'm looking to break even around maybe 5-6 pips in profit. All right, That broke the high for me there on my broker. So on my broker, we are tapping that previous 5 minutes. So I'm going to be watching it carefully here as we tap this previous 5 minute here. We're also tapping it here. So I want to be careful here. I'm going to be seeing how we react off this level on 1 minute. I do want to be sort of mental break even from this zone. I want to give it a chance though to tap my entry here, but I am going to be very, very careful here at this previous 5 minute zone. This is a retest zone that price could easily fail from here. So we're seeing a reaction from it already. I'd like to see a bounce. Not a straight dump. Yeah, look, we tapped it perfectly and then no reaction. So I wanted to give it a chance for reaction. So it depends how we hold this structure there. Okay, I'm going to get out here at entry. I got out there at entry. I repeat, I got out at entry because we closed back below the 1 minute range. I don't really trust it too much. If you want to hold, you can hold, but I don't like that we're rejecting back in the 1 minute range. I'm going to be tight with management on this position. Yes, it's valid to hold till the 5 minute closes in 1 minute here. I just don't want it to flip. So it's a personal choice. What you do with your trade is fine. I'm just taking the break even just because we closed back in the range, not above the range. And that's... Actually, if I look at broker, we are slightly above the range, but I've already made the decision. But yeah, it looks like it's a good decision. So yeah, that was the plan. And there we go. Check that out. Nice, huh? Happy with that. Yeah, yeah. Woo! That was a good one. So we can give this a shot, but if there's no volume, you just get out. No volume, you just get out. Very simple. And now we can wait again for another trade, and then we see how to tackle it from there. Boring, but you know. Let's just make some more columns here. That was a buy, was a setup 2. Time did we take that at? We took that at 11:01 London Open. So we should get volume at the London Open. I'm not holding drawdown from this zone. Could play out, but I don't know at the moment. So yeah, luckily it gave you plenty of time to get out. Even when I got out, it had time. So yeah, that was very well managed in my opinion. We saved from potential drawdown and now wandering, and it's all coming from that previous 5 level. You see, if we had volume, we would have broke the high and started to drive towards this highs, and then we could just sit at break even. We gave it a chance to retest it. It put us in drawdown. The next candle made the top wick here. No continuation. I got out at entry. Very easy. And if you are slow to close, you need to work on maybe your management, or of course you're watching with delay, so that has it. But if the 5 minute does close above here, this trade should play out. But I didn't know that at the time, so I'm not going to risk that. Of course, you could also play this trade with stop loss or TP if that's how you like to do it. But me, I like to have break-even plans as well. That is part of my trading plan, is to have a break-even plan as well. Just to avoid uncertainty. I like to avoid uncertainty in my trading. So hopefully that all makes sense. We gave it a shot. Now on to the next trade. Let's see what we have here. Wow, deep pullback here we're getting on DAX. Filling these gaps as well here now. Can remove some of these lines now. I got out with a 2-pip win. You can buy yourself some coffee, bro. You can buy yourself some coffee. I mean, I'm seeing it looks good. It looks good, but it's just struggling at this zone. It's 50-50 until it closes above. I'm trying to think if I can get in with a close above, but 7 minutes for this 15. I wouldn't mind going in again with a 15 close like this, but in 7 minutes, it will make a decision before that. A 5 close above, risky because there's no 5 structure to put stop loss. I'm just getting a later entry, and you can see 1 minute is now struggling. Yep. Deadly zone. Look at this, man. It's a deadly zone, that zone. So obviously I'm happy with my decisions. I'm never unhappy with my decisions. If I am unhappy, I look for improvement. How can I improve on this? But for me, I'm happy with this decision because now I'm avoiding all of this uncertainty, and all we're doing is ranging now. So I rather be out of the range when I can and then just hold and see when I can get in again, right? And to get in again, a 15 close above here would be okay to try get that volume back up to the top of the range here and potentially continue. But to be honest, gold is looking a bit low volume today. We're seeing a little bit of lower volume on gold today. Not seeing the nice push that I would have expected. Realistically, we should have broke the high when we entered and just had a beautiful push. Cheers, man. Good night, brother. See you for NY session. Also, some more education. Worst case scenario I was planning for. Let's say I didn't get a chance to get out at entry. I was also planning to manage with anything closing below the 1 hour support or breaking 1 minute structure, whatever came first. Obviously, better 1 minute structure. I get less of a loss. Would be only like a 9 pip loss. 1 hour support, worst case scenario. Those are my 2 management plans. But I managed before that. GBP JPY. Bunch of bullshit, man. Look at this, man. I mean, what is there even to ask? Sleeping, full sleeping. So is gold is full sleeping as well. It's hard to know if there's going to be volume or not, you know. So you still have to give that a shot. We had nice close back inside the range. 1 hour close back above. 30-minute close bullish as well. Rejection retest from the 4 hour support. 5 minute was fine. Yes, I knew that this was a threat up here, but that's why I was ready to manage once we rejected it. And that's why it's super important to identify your zones. But there'll be days where we push through, like look at this candle. Didn't give a shit about this, didn't give a shit about this, didn't give a shit about this. That's what we could also expect here with volume. But no volume, you can see it, just doing nothing. So we get out. And that's the power of being a trader, is you have the options to do different things. If I see a candle like this, I will enter again though. Depending on how deep we close, I do think it's still a shot like this. On 15 though. See what DAX is doing. DAX is shitting the bed here. I think all stocks are taking a small dump here. Yeah. Even Bitcoin is taking a dump, everything. Counter trend. It's hard without structure. Not even 1 minute structure there, and we're reaching support. Interesting. Can you look at Euro USD if you get a chance? Yeah, man, you show up to stream often. I can look at it for you. Weekly bullish, daily bearish, 4 hour now at 4 hour support. It is bearish. So I feel my plan on Euro USD would have been a sell below here, but we just blasted straight through there. Even 5 minute basically blasted. So very hard to find an entry. Your next options are retests here, then taking sells again. But now we're sitting at 4 hour support. You know, you're basically going to be looking for below. You kind of have to leave it for now. Wait for New York, to be honest, on Euro USD. Wait for New York is best. That's going to be way better. Yeah, these summer markets are just slow, man. Check this out. No continuation. Thanks, man. I'm enjoying the lecture in addition to the trading session. No problem, man. Yeah, a bit of annoying to be super fast break even, but we did mention it that this would be the type of position. If you're not fast enough for break even, make sure to not take the position and just learn. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. Definitely leave a subscribe so you know when I go live. I go live same time every day, Monday to Friday. And then you can always leave a like if you're enjoying the stream. Yo, bro, is the group open? I want to join. To join, you just go to the website. You press join. Once you press join, you will see you have to write a tiny application as to why you join, and then you get accepted based on what you type. If you type some bullshit like, I want you to trade for me, I'm not going to accept you. You know, it can be just one sentence, but it has to be something logical. And then I accept based on that, because I'm keeping the group tight knit, good people in here, solid people. Yeah, 10K a month in my first month, you know. So that's it. That's how you can join, and it's simple. I'll post the link here for you. And it's first come, first serve, right? First come, first serve. If you are late on the list, you have to wait maybe a couple of days to a week. I'm only accepting 1 to 2 people a week at the moment. So keeping it very, very, very timid, very light. What happens in NY on that group? We just trade NY together. So the same format you see here, we do every Wednesday. I live stream, and the guys in the group as well, if they collaborate together and stream together as well. So we also have something called the NY live chat. So I'm literally sending all of different stuff here about different plans, and we're discussing different trade opportunities, etc., 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 right? So that's it. The other thing here is we have my NY plans. My NY plans I send every single day with a video recording to talk about the exact trades I'm looking for in NY. Only on Wednesday? No, we have most days of the week there's a Zoom running. Wednesdays I'm there every day in the Zoom. For London and New York. And of course you get to watch the stream with no delay, right? That's a big advantage. Especially on a day like today is an example, right? If you're not listening, you're not concentrating, maybe you miss your break-even opportunity. Bro's pissed, man. Bro's pissed that I only trade forex. I don't trade forex. I'm trading forex, commodities, and indices. It's quite a lot to my pool. I wonder if we could gap fill this second gap for the day here. Let's have a look at this, man. I might give another aggressive shot if we're just going to be a day where we just dump. Because if we fill the first one, why not just finish the second one? Get a little bit of a trade here on DAX. 52 points is a big range. If this close bullish, next one close below option. Just have to go aggressive break even. Yeah, let's look at what's been happening when we break into that clean zone there. So we do pull back sometimes though. We do pull back sometimes. But we could manage by seeing, the one thing is if there's been a big volume push. So as long as there's structure, we've been okay. So now that we've made structure, I wonder if this 15, yeah, that's a 15 flip as well. I wonder if going on the flip, putting stop loss on current candle wick would be an option, which is 1 minute structure. With a more aggressive break even. Just gonna have that prepared just in case things get fast. So I'll be on standby for that. Another thing we can also do is a 1 minute close below here as well, huh? Same like this, 1 minute close belows are not bad as well. At least it will confirm we don't reject that. Thunder could work, but I would still take the 1 minute close below on top of the thunder like a double. Five minute will close back in the range, so that's something new. So I do feel like we need minimum 1 minute close below. We still have the 15 minute candle open, right? 15 minute candle close below clearly. So minimum we'll need a 1 minute close below, better a 5 minute close below. That would be way better. What's the trading strategy here? Short in and out trades. Sometimes, depends on how fast the market moves, we look to get from point A to point B. So if the faster it gets from point A to point B, the faster I'm out of a trade. If it happens slowly, then I don't mind holding. It's okay. If we're moving fast like this, it's probably gonna be quick in and out trades, yes. You know what's not crazy as well? A lot of people are going to miss on this. If we can create a change of structure here, we can take a buy, huh? And then get back above this previous 5 minute. We can buy back up to here. Follow bias as well. I would prefer that more than the sells if I'm being honest. Would you re-enter on gold buys? I would with a 15 close though, not a 5 close. 15 close, and depending how deep it closed, how big stop loss. Because this zone, look how accurate this zone has been. Look how many issues we're having from this zone. Literally, price just can't reach past this zone today. So I'm happy I got out when I did. Otherwise, we would have to be battling with this zone. I mean, it gave you multiple chances to get out. Gave you our chance, gave you a chance a little bit later, gave you a chance here. So it's not been nasty, but the zone rejection is nasty. It just doesn't want to go. The Zoom run by other members on normal end day NY. Yeah, we do have that. Where would change of structure be if this next 5 minute close is bearish, and then we have that? We do have 1 minute change of structure now. So there is a valid 1 minute change of structure, but not on 5. We could, the aggressive trade would be just taking this 5 close above here like this. That would be the aggressive trade. This 5 might close below here, huh? Nice liquidity grab to upside as well. $15 might flip. 19 seconds. We'll see if it closes below. Don't really want to sell, I know, but this is where momentum, especially after it grab liquidity from upside. But it might make this decision for us in 5 seconds, right? If it didn't close below, but if it did close below, we have the opportunity to fill that gap, man. That gap is a, you know, especially if we go up and grab liquidity from the previous highs here, it's, you know, it's a big step for price to do that. Has no reason to do that. Yeah, no top wick on this 5 as well. Top wick on my broker. I want at least, like I said, a 1 minute close would be better for me, unless you base it on a 15 minute. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I do have top wick on broker, you're right. But let's say if I base this on 15, I'm break even after that push, and now I'm stopped break even, and stop loss is 43 points. It's pretty crazy stops. Man, if this fakes out now, this would be great. Gold, let's see what gold is doing. Yeah, gold did close above on a 5-minute, 15-minute, still hasn't closed above, so not valid yet. Gold is looking really slow, guys. Just looking very slow. I would leave gold. We gave it a shot. It's not showing us volume. Now I don't trust it anymore. Especially when we have resistance now getting closer and closer. I don't know. I have some spidey sense tingling that from here is going to be a fake out. I don't know what's some spidey sense tingling that here it's going to fake out. Just going to see this thing flip towards the upside. I don't know why. But this gap, probably not going to happen, man. With this gap. That's if there's no gap here, man, I trust that. The gap is like a magnet, you know? It's holding price where it is right now. If this next candle opens with big top wick, I'm very tempted, man. That's a nice 5 close. Has no reason to open with a big top wick, then break the low after hovering here for how long? And not give at least a 10-point push to make a decision. Yeah, last 30 seconds it pushed. Sweet. I'm going to call the session here. Appreciate everyone showing up. Good shot on gold. We gave it a chance, but just lack of volume. And we pick it up for New York session here. Monday, first day in the market. Good to get our feet wet, as we call it. Good lessons today. Good discussion. Gold is just sleeping here. I think this would have been a great position if we had some volume. We would have driven up at least to test this resistance. And at that point, our stop loss was quite nice. We had about a 23 pip stop loss, 24 pip target. So we would have actually hit a 1-to-1 as we reached the top of the range here. So that would have been nice. But anyways, we can't complain if there's no volume. It's not really our fault. Our job is to give it the best opportunity. So appreciate you all. Have a good rest of your day. Watch, if you're trading NY, watch US 30. Could be very interesting as we start to hover in this all-time high zones here. So could be very, very interesting. Do we manage to push through? Do we reject and fake out? What's going to happen from here? We could also, what's happening to DAX can happen to this in NY, and we could start to move towards the downside. Or retest this open price here and get buys from there. There's so many options. We're going to see what ends up happening. Appreciate you all showing up. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. All right, peace. Much love. Peace, peace.